I am the person who can't fall in love. This is a story about me. When I was younger, all my friends would get crushes and boyfriends and girlfriends. But me, no one ever asked me out. No one ever said they liked me. In fact, many people said they didn't like me because I was too loud and silly. They said I wasn't pretty or feminine enough. I remember hearing these things and feeling so sad. Why couldn't I be like the other girls? Why did no one like me? Now I am older, but nothing has changed. Most of my friends are still single and looking for love. I am still alone. Many people say that finding love is easy, but I think it is hard. You need to meet someone who likes you, who is compatible with you, who you are attracted to, and sometimes you need to be compatible with their parents too. It's very difficult, and if you don't believe me, just ask my friend John. John is my best friend. He is always talking about love. He believes it is everywhere. You can feel it in the air. He says it is in the sunshine, in the trees, in the flowers. But he isn't very good at finding it. He has been looking for love for a long time, and I think he is getting a bit tired now. One day last month, he told me he had found a new girlfriend. He was really excited. He kept saying she was beautiful, intelligent, funny. She was everything he had ever dreamed of. And then he told me her name. It was Mary. Of course, I knew Mary. We had been to school together. She was 1 year younger than us. She was very pretty. About a week later, John told me that he and Mary were in love. They went on 2 dates. He told me all about the first date. They went to a pizza restaurant and then walked along the river. He told me all about the second date. They went to an art gallery and then to a concert. John was very happy. He kept saying, "I'm in love, I'm in love." I was happy for him, but I also felt a little sad. Would I ever find love? Would I ever get married? The next time I saw John, he wasn't as happy as before. I asked him what was wrong. He looked down. He didn't want to tell me at first, but then he said, "I think Mary and I are just friends. I think I've lost her." I was surprised. What did he mean? How could he lose her? I mean, she was just a girl. Was she invisible or something? John sighed. "You know," he said, "sometimes I think I'm not good enough for Mary. Maybe she doesn't really like me. Maybe she only sees me as a friend." He stopped. Then he looked up at me. "What should I do?" he asked. I didn't know what to say. I wanted to help him, but I didn't know how. A few days later, I saw Mary in the street. She was walking towards me. She smiled and waved. "Hi," she said. "How are you?" I smiled back. "I'm fine. How are you?" "Good," she said. Then she stopped. "Oh," she said. "Do you know where I can find John?" "Yes, I think I do," I said. I wanted to help John, so I took Mary to his house. John wasn't home, but I knocked on the door and waited. When John opened the door, he was very surprised. "Mary," he said, "what are you doing here?" I came to see you," she said. Then she looked at me and whispered, "Can I talk to you? Please." I smiled. "Of course," I said. I walked away slowly, trying to be casual. I didn't want them to think I had brought Mary here. I pretended I hadn't seen her for years. "Long time no see," I said. Then I turned and walked away. I heard them talking inside the house. And after a while, I started to understand what was happening. Mary told John that she needed to be honest with him. She told him that she liked him, but she didn't love him. She said she was sorry, but she couldn't be his girlfriend. She was just a friend. When I heard this, I felt bad for John, but I also felt good. At least now he knew the truth. Now he could move on. I know that when you're in love, you think that person is perfect. You think you can live with them forever. But sometimes you're wrong. Sometimes the person you're with isn't right for you. Sometimes you have to break up. After Mary left, I went to see John. He was sitting on the sofa with his eyes closed. He looked sad, but when he heard me come in, he opened his eyes and tried to smile. "Hey," he said. "What's up?" "Not much," I said. "Just wanted to see how you are." "Oh," he said. "I'm okay. Just a little tired, that's all." He looked down at his hands. "So," he said. "What did she say?" I was surprised. "What do you mean?" "Did she say why she didn't want to go out with me?" "Oh," I said. "Well, yeah. She said you weren't the right guy for her, that you weren't romantic enough." John got up and started to walk around the room. "Right guy," he said. "Romantic." He laughed. "I guess I'm not very romantic. I never bought Mary flowers or chocolates or jewelry. I never took her to fancy restaurants or concerts or parties. I'm not very good at this love thing." I sat on the sofa and thought for a moment. "Well," I said, "maybe you just need to meet the right girl. A girl who doesn't care about expensive gifts or fancy dinners. A girl who loves you for who you are." John sat down next to me. "Do you think so?" he said. "I hope so," I said. "But listen, you shouldn't worry about being romantic or not. You shouldn't worry about expensive gifts or fancy dinners. If you really love someone, you just need to be yourself. You need to be honest and open and true." John looked at me. "Thank you," he said. "I think you're right. I just need to be myself." And I think he was right. You shouldn't worry about expensive gifts or fancy dinners. If you really love someone, you just need to be yourself. And sometimes love will find you. Or maybe not. You might end up alone like me. This is the end of the story. Now let's learn some words from this story. First, we have the phrase, to be compatible with someone. When two people are compatible, it means that they get along well. They have similar interests and values. For example, Sarah and Tom are a great couple. They're very compatible. Next, we have the word crush. A crush is a strong feeling of romantic love. It often describes the early stage of a relationship. For example, he had a big crush on his new co-worker. He couldn't stop thinking about her. Then we have the word gorgeous. Gorgeous means extremely attractive and beautiful. For example, she looked gorgeous in that dress. He was the most gorgeous guy I'd ever seen. Next, we have the word single. Single means not married and not in a relationship. For example, most of my friends are single. They're looking for love. Next, we have the phrase, to sign up for something. To sign up for something means to put your name on a list, to participate in something. For example, I signed up for the gym membership. I want to start exercising again. And finally, we have the word assume. Assume means to suppose that something is true, without having any proof. For example, I assume you like pizza. Everyone likes pizza, right? Now I want to ask you a question. Have you ever been in love? Please write your answer in the comments. And if you have, please share your story with us. If you liked this story, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want more stories like this, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching and see you next time.